They not the brain.
Yes,
Cameroon.
And yes,
na Cameroon na asma okokan ye no. A new coach no and a best sake Onana no man. And I say I don't know. Nintiase.
Decision no by no. Say a Pam Marc Brys. Omon timi mfano enko AFCON. Na already we say coach na nkasa the feka photo the federation no empe no. Because feka photo no enim say aban na de ne buy.
Yeah.
Okay, oni Samuel to tassel no. And say you ni asa kwako say bibia e World Cup playoff na antimi ansa nye djuma mom no. Because they lost against DR Congo. So they couldn't progress into the final phase no. And say you they've been beaten. And of course, when see another scapegoat to make sure say be use you no e saki the coach. So after the sake no enomodi David Pagu e David Pagu no eka team of Marc Brys and assistant coaches. So say yo David Pagu no ono no da TV no so amanfo so ono no di team no ebe ko AFCON. So no na name squad no. Okay. But there have been some players be among kan wa. Say yo me I'm aware Onana per se has a problem with Samuel Eto'o. Okay. Yes. Minim say or a problem with Samuel Eto'o. And so yo I know Onana nko Vincent Abubakar has not been also named in the squad. Okay. On also ne din count. Maxim Eric Choupo-Moting. Yeah. Say you on also ne din enka squad. And say you for Zambo Anguissa the a pranti nti say on kanwa is understandable. But say you for Choupo-Moting, for Vincent Abubakar, for Andre Onana, we mo key guys within the Cameroonian setup no. Apart from ono Martin Honglan so enkao and alongside right back of Wolverhampton Wanderers Jackson Chachua. On also ne din count. So say you 5 key players. Including 3 of them are key. Onana, Vincent Abubakar, Choupo-Moting, they are very, very key.
But we back somebody need dancing and see try hobby near the dancing. Yeah. You say Onana. Na only a friend say Eto'o a problem.
Yeah, a problem.
Inti say Eto'o ni nko for apam Marc Brys. Na say David Pagu na aba. Na say immediately squad aba Onana nkawa.
I'm for be redeem minutes. Yes, exactly. I'm for be redeem minutes.
That is on the movie.
Yes, I'm for be redeem minutes.
Yeah.
And Onana nso obia say ubeka say we do 35 30 say ubeka say ne carry abana we. Now the question is if the future of the national team going forward. Omanfana nkan is it going to be say ebeto aso sa say omanfana nkan e omo set up going forward kra na say
almost politicians say o team no no. Omo politicians no. Yeah, you omo nyina free.
You omo nyina free. Asem so say jo ne akoba no no. Okay. And then 2nd December. Yeah. Aka only 19 days pe. Na AFCON na shase. Okay. Yes, nti say various squads na e be ba say jo is understandable. Yeah. And apart from Cameroon, say you, and DR Congo so e the squad aba. But adia mo so more strategic pass so more you want with a different. Say you want with an count.
Na ni what
no? All year rehab, all year training kakra. But say you mom pese tassel, club country tassel beba. Yeah. Because or you play obia now or Brentford. Or tietia edikan ka say Brentford no more. Say Newcastle aba omo manin ko. Say you call Newcastle no onyambo game. Or call Newcastle no around early September, around 1st na enomo turn. And say you after Newcastle turn 6 September. Now DR Congo team now money Senegal airborne. That game now ended 3-2 no. He even scored on that day. And after scoring, he got injured in that game. Nti eno na amane injury no amana tenefie sa kopim dey. Nti afi na already back to fitness kakra. Na say yo, I think say send DR Congo for na very very strategic. Yeah. Because Kobani say most hard the be squad na mo de be ko Afcana. E be ma club no enya problem kakra. Because make us omoto no onyambo game ba kokra. Momo nchen no be buy, or be boy or pry. Wasa babak mo ba be fano. And over 2 months ago, Alan Shearer, Newcastle legend, no say on prioritizing the club career ahead of the AFCON. Okay. Yeah. He told you on Wisa. Sure. And so for me, I think say send your DR Congo for now, you know. For me, I think say that's the way to go. Say essence onyanye fully fit nti afei na oba kakaka nti omuntwen na omonko afko no tinyame boa by December January or shase boa by March say interconfederation playoff no baso na seju if God permit by that time say omobetimi anya a fully fit Yohan Wissa obetimi a show mu team no omode kobo the interconfederation playoff only a game ebetimi aboa mo back to the World Cup for the first time in 52 years. And for me, I think said the tangent na DR Congo for national team na kono Seju I think said is the way to go. Obekai even last AFCON Abdul Fattah Wissaku no so say ya Leicester City. And apart from onukra de na enye prebiasa but na ohunu say afi no akọ Leicester no he needs much time to settle within the team. Enti ebinumu Ghana for ebinumu ensheda ne anya adwen because they felt say he ought to have been part of the Black Star squad. And so after that time now it was Leicester City no he settled well mu club no and otimi boya ama free or injury asa back. So for me I think say near DR Congo for now no I think that that's the way to go just to prevent any tussle between the club and country on a player. So you know Egypt so they almost squad aba coach Hossam Hassan onona or lead you to the AFCON in 2025 and Obekaya Egypt one of the disappointing countries my disappointing performance the last AFCON. Yes, they went beyond group stages but no more performance no shedan shenkrai. And Seju Okaya the game against Mozambique it was draw the AFCON 2-2. Omone Black Stars of Ghana it was 2-2. Could share no matter any mistakes and a baby. And the last game against Cape Verde in the group stages and at a point na Cape Verde were leading by 2-1 before Sobeteka ebeye 2-2. And unfortunately for them in the round of 16 they met DR Congo and a call post match penalties na DR Congo free. After that tournament almost saki Rui Vitoria because they felt say on me any more enter so performance now better than Dino and Shenkrai. Quickly Hossam Hassan came in, he settled in and everything was going on well. Mineuka say Egypt after even missing out in Qatar 2022 they are back and Omasa qualify Eco AFCON 2025. A dreaded Egypt says squad no biaye intact. Egypt have always been a thorn in the flesh of any country so mo ball AFCON. And Adia Meniasa Jima Omono say Orman Mamouche Prayer Seju is now back within the setup no. The likes of Ibrahim Adel, Mo Salah, Omobenyano. Only injuries care bako aba ama affect your Mohamed Abdel Monem, former early defender no call France no na. Seju no kwana injury on ye part of the squad. And apart from him, I think say all the other guys no be around. And I think say Egypt have a very good squad that can really compete at the AFCON. Because Imam Ashur is also back from injury for Nadia Lali. And even over the last week, he bought CAF Champions League group stage on one JS Kabil. He even scored on that occasion. So Sergio, I think say a very good set. Omobenya this couple of players now. Omobe ebe omo AFCON. FIFA dia betu just say African countries now ebe ko AFCON. Ya mark clubs now of various clubs and say 1 week. We say yana 2 weeks.
Yeah.
E say a tournament. E say 2 weeks before tournament. E say release the player no.
Okay.
But FIFA any CAF ni bibia etimi agya tum say yema extra 1 week.
Okay.
Not just like 2 weeks no. E something ma from.
1 week.
Nema 1 week.
Right.
So now by 15th of the month no make 15th December no. By that time ne dey obia SSO release you. Kenya sa dey da say you it should be around 3rd 4th of December.
Yeah, it's
yes. SSO release you know but SSO almost a competition nti FIFA ama 1 week nti clubs no ebetimi anya mutimi adi nkana ombenya some of the players ebebo amomo but say you Premier League for no amona da bia me wasem ewo mo so aso mo kwa no omo no players e ko ba AFCON. Every year bia ekobo AFCON league produce players ma AFCON every time bia majority of those years have been the French Liga but you hardly see them complaining.
Okay.
Yes, obetia say England for no omo no top players eti omo kai but say you omo complaint na doso omo complaint no doso do ye be ko AFCON bia omo no more problem and competition we say you here ma man for ntiase tournament ne enye time aye be boy ne enye time no na e be boy. It was supposed to be June July and the FIFA Club World Cup no abehye ho. That's the reason why the AFCON have been pushed to December, January next year. December this year, na we January next year. And so you a list of clubs now. I think say you mo be lose pa, mo be casualty pa Sunderland.
Okay.
7 players, but unfortunately
7 players never have come.
Yes.
From Sunderland.
Yes. Wow. But Bakwepra a likely say be a ombe. Meka Habib Diarra.
Okay.
Senegal boy no. Because Noah Sadiki for DR Congo alongside Atta Masuaku. Omo nyina DR ko omo kra no squad na de be 2 je omo ka ho. Obeka Simona Dingra. Simona Dingra they are a household name within the Ivory Coast team. Then I will be part unless e be a injury ne beba. And over Reinildo Mandava Mozambique nina or share game go na amayentimi ankoye nim e last AFCON no ono so team no mo. And of course Shamsuddin Talbi of Morocco. And of course the Burkina Faso captain Meka Bertrand Traoré. Okay. So all these 7 players you know so obiaya fita.
How regular are they or Sunderland?
They are all regular.
Okay.
They are all regular. But ni on 10 year be within Wemo e Shamsuddin Talbi. Ni on 10 year bimbo. But Noah Sadiki has been regular when the season started. The same also applied to Habib Diarra, but injury ebe to na kwem. Nti injury ama wako off nti on cut him no on time unte hunu was Sunderland team. Bertrand Traoré even he scored over the weekend Omone Bournemouth. So they've been majority of them have been regular players. And I think say near on sheda enya problem match Arsenal. Because Arsenal they player be obi Chelsea soon shenda any problem. But ebia West Ham Obeka Aaron Wan-Bissaka for DR Congo Obeka and Obeka El Hadji Malik Diop of Senegal. West Ham muzo inshedanya because only 2 players. And OS team like Wolves squad here eno Cameroon a drop back. Jack Chachua on count. Michel Monechi for Zimbabwe is likely to be part. And of course Obeka Tolu Arokodare, new Nigeria striker now Makotono from Belgium. Abano. And of course Emmanuel Agbadu of Ivory Coast. For Jackson Chachua he has been sacked. Crystal Palace Ebia Riyad Chadi might be in for Morocco. Ismail Assar injury wo injury concerns so ebia no ntimi anko AFCON ebia nso but say oye fit dia e den obekubi. And of course Sheikh Omar Jokore of Mali. Chrysanthus Uche Nyebimbo ebia na wankobi ama Nigeria because collapse ni bi wo kra ni din enkan. So say jo enye say players bebre sa na eko. For Man United it's Mbomo, Amad Diallo and Nusair Mazraoui. These are the only 3 players that Man United will be missing. Among Kao team now abra yebo AFCON. Nti even Brighton crowd the only 1 player Carlos Baleba. Because Yakuba Minte ni team Gambia man qualify. Oko Bournemouth nso nipa ba ko Amin Adli because Semenyo esa say Ghana an qualify no Semenyo baby. So Bournemouth omo nsheda enya match problem. Oko Brentford say Dango Ouattara ena probably Frank Onyeka of Nigeria. These are the only players that they will be missing. Oko Benlia, yes. Axel Tuanzebe for DR Congo. Hannibal Mejbri for the Tunisian national team. And Lyle Foster, South Africa striker. Man City, Omar Mamouche, and of course Ryan Aitinuri. So Sergio, and yet too much of players beyond no message. Mekai last AFCON Nottingham Forest soon Luzu big time because they also had 6 players. Ever last AFCON because now Willy Boli, Obeka Sergi Aurier, and of course Ibrahim Sangari. We munina no moka Ivory Coast team no, the victorious Ivorian squad na win no, and of course now Ola Aina so eka the Nigerian setup. And of course, Obeka Sheku Koyate and Musa Niakat. Even say Koyate Unio, Musa Niakat and so move our Olympic Lyonnais. So they and yet too much of players beyond. And
the next sitting over here, other leagues no. So with the EPL now over here. Me very sure say the most highly hit by a French league.
Yeah, one thing is, as I said, final squad do na nyamai we a few say we have DR Congo ne Cameroon dey na Nigeria nyamai Morocco mai Tunisia mai the rest of the other national teams no do na nyamai so say jo we can say ni nyina ba eno na obetimi aggregate ni nyina no afi no otimi hu say league ben na lose league ben na the players every omo side no eba bebo AFCON but mpempis eno anu aka no dodo na ye kobo AFCON na
clubs benz no mo be replaces omo be ko AFCON
yes
omo pe players be replace omo because of AFCON
yes and you need to replace them because those times be a league ni book no teams are more person mo league teams are more person mo nya European sport any more person mo avoid the relegation ti we mu nyina issues I think say clubs no e be dwene ho
all right our infancy
yeah